My name is Fabby Grace and I am a cinema business executive at Anga Cinemas, but also a film director. Well, directing has always been my passion since I was in high school, and I'm very, very happy that I was able to pursue that when I was in uni. So my unique directorial overview of how I do filmmaking is, I feel like I like to focus more on bringing out emotions from actors, yes, and kind of seeing the dark, hidden just feelings of people. But also to mention that I'm a technical director, so I am also I'm a fanatic of the what do you call it, equipment. So I'm usually so much interested in cameras and the sound and the lighting and just the overall visual look of the film. So that is what I can say about that. Specific elements.
Yes.
Maybe with how I understand it, it's the things that make up the actual film. Yeah, so maybe we can talk about the themes of the film. Let's say maybe I can talk about family, personal struggles as a human being, and just and emotions. That's what I can say for themes. Pain, happiness, sorrow. So all that's something that I can mention. Another element is on perspective, and I can say maybe like bringing out different perspectives that people don't usually talk about as much, using filmmaking now as a medium of communication. So yeah. Themes are very important from what I understand as a filmmaker, but also as a human being. The reason why I'm into filmmaking overall is for me to be able to tell people's stories and give them a voice and how they'll be able to express themselves other than them having to speak. So that is why I'm in filmmaking, and I feel like filmmaking, just like I had said, it's a medium that you're able to express that. So if there are issues or things that need to be addressed from the society, that is when I will use film to do that. So for these themes that I have mentioned, like maybe pain, sorrow, family, all these things, the things that I always want people to relate with a lot, because I feel like the foundation that makes a human being is their emotion and how they feel and how they show up for other people. So when you're able to capture that with filmmaking, people are able to relate. You know, you're also able to shed light on so many other things that are not talked about much, and that for me is a win. That for me is a purpose. So these themes are really important to me as a human being, and that is how, for me, I am able to connect with people. And that is why it is very, very important for me to incorporate them in my filmmaking. Well, I think I'll do both local and international.
Yes.
So for local, Ruben Odanga has been a huge inspiration when it comes to my career as a filmmaker, because of the films that he has made. I can see that he is very intentional, and he has a reason as to why he's making these films. Like if you can see examples like the film Nafsi, and right now MTV Sugar, you can see that all these films are talking about something that will help in the society, and that for me is really amazing. So he's one of my inspirations. And for international, I think I'll go with Chris Nolan, because I just like his approach to filmmaking and how he's able to bring very difficult concepts to understand into filmmaking. So he he brings it out in a way that you're able to understand, because for us human beings, when we see something, we're able to conceptualize it and internalize it. So for me, Chris Nolan and Ruben Odanga, they do it for me. Yes, yes. Maybe to just give a bit of context, I am a dreamer. So many of my ideas come when either I am sleeping or when I'm doing something that is does not require so much energy, like maybe in the shower or anything. So with the film Inception of Chris Nolan, I felt so seen, and I felt like I relate so much with the concept of the film, like a dream within a dream, and how you're able to come up with ideas and fix things within dreams, you know, like, yeah, so that really fascinated me. So for one of the films, I would say Inception really did it for me. And of course his recent one, Oppenheimer, and the one that we are expecting. So yes, let's go with Inception and Oppenheimer. But yes, my creative process is, first of all, it's the script. Like, what are we working on? You know, what is the story that we're telling? What do we want to tell the world? So we start with the script to make sure that it's really good, it makes sense. We share it with other people so that they can also read and give us opinions on the story, maybe something we can fix. Then after that, we start looking for locations and everything that will be needed for the film. And that means props and costumes and anything really that will be needed. And also the equipment, which is very, very much important. Then after that, now we do the recce, which is now finding the locations. Once we've locked on that, we do casting. Casting is very important because you have to find people who are going to be able to bring out the story the way you want it. After casting, now we get into production. We shoot, we make sure we have the footage, we make sure everything has been done the way it's supposed to be. And then after that, now we do post-production, which is editing. With editing, you find the editor who's going to put together the clips, and then you also find someone who's going to mix for you the sound, and someone who's going to do the coloring for you. And then after that, now you plan how the audience is going to see your film, now through a premiere or a screening. So how much do I agree on when it comes to now the contribution of other people? It's a lot. According to my experience, I have done a lot of shooting, especially when I was in school, even after joining sets. I've been in so many productions, and I know the importance of each and every person in that set. So I've also learned that I do not have information of everything, and each and every person on that set is an expert in their own field. So their contribution matters, and it's very, very much important. So as a director, I will listen to the DOP because he is more he knows more about the camera and everything, the angles, the shots, everything. I will listen to the sound person if he says that we should do this and that. I will listen to the lighting. I might want the lighting done as a specific way, but I'll have to first listen to the gaffer and his ideas, because in most cases you find that they usually know what they're doing, and their contribution matters, and actually it will come to be very effective during editing, because now you're going to be like, so I see why he was saying this and this and that. So yes, contribution of people on set is very important and should be taken as seriously as possible, especially from a director. Yes. When I was starting off with shooting and making films, I remember the first films, we were just point and shooting. Like, as long as a character is there where you want them to be, you're going to shoot. But as you advance and when you're in different sets, you realize that there's so much that goes into it, you know? So I feel like different directors have different techniques and how they like to shoot their films. But for me, I feel like one thing that I've realized about me is we have to be very intentional about how a character is able to present themselves on screen. Are they comfortable? Are they relaxed? Because that is the only way you're going to be able to bring out a really good performance. So I would say maybe a relaxed kind of feel, even on set. And I've also realized that I lean more to warm tones. So if we are shooting somewhere where there is too much light, I will request the gaffer to kind of tone down the light so that we are able to focus more on the subject and not everything else that is on set. I've realized that I do like my focus on my character, their emotions and what they are doing, rather than the environment in which they are doing whatever they are doing at. So that is one thing that I've realized about me. Yes, so maybe, yeah, that is what I can say about that. So like with Mistaken Identity, I was very intentional about that. Like I had to make sure that sound was really, really good, so that if we are using music, we're using it intentionally. So when it came to editing, I gave the editor free will when it came to her adding music into the film, just to bring out the mood and the overall feel of the film, especially the soundtrack. But when it came to balancing the sound and the official theme of the entire film, I gave it to a music, I think he's a music director or someone. I think a music director or someone. So he was able to tell us where the music is going to make more sense, and he did the overall balancing of the sound and the music. So yeah, I feel like I gave creative control to someone who is an expert in that field. Yes, it is very, very important.
Why?
Because being a director is being a creative, and being a creative it means that you're using art to express yourself. So if you do not have any relation to the story, or you do not resonate with it, then you are not going to be able to express yourself fully through that story, and it's going to be seen. People will be like, that story was so big, or that story could have been told so much better. So it is very important for the director to actually resonate with the story, so that they're able to bring out the best of the story to the people. I feel like there's a lot. Even with my script writing, I've realized there's a pattern on how I write the dialogues. There's so much personal, there's so much me in it, if I can say, for lack of a better word. So I do, yes, with my script writing, there's so much that is incorporated in it. My pain, I'm usually able to show it through my scripts, how I relate with others, my relationships, and also relationships of others that I want people to see through my films. Also my desire of human connection, and how maybe we should try and incorporate it in our lives. Human connection, that is very important for me with films. Like I feel like with every film that I've done, I always have to kind of incorporate that into it. So I always want people to know that it's okay to be vulnerable. It is very important to have a community or family around you, or just someone around you who cares for you and who's there for you just for support, and I mean like emotional support, mental support. Like overall, what I always want my films to say is no man is an island, and it's very important for people to learn how to live together in harmony. What I can say is I've become more professional in how I handle things, which is very important. I've also come to respect each and every person's contribution. And Also, now the biggest one is I've learned how to make money through my films and my work. So I guess that is the biggest contribution. I am a very what's the word? Stubborn in a way. I love to hold on to my ideas, not because I do not like to veer off it or to accept people's opinions. It's more of, first we have to establish that the original idea is what we're going to be working around, and even if everyone else has different opinions, we're going to be working around the main idea. Simply because, just like in your previous question, is how does the film resonate with me as a director? The original idea is the bane of this entire thing. So the moment it gets distorted, then my attachment to it completely eradicates. So this is why I'm really stubborn with sticking to the main idea. So I stick to the main idea, but I always want to listen to other people and their contributions and what they can add to it. Then now we can be able to create something really nice without having to feel like my original concept has been completely erased. So how do I cope with that is I stick to the original idea and I listen to other people, and then now we create something around it. I think it narrows down back to originality, authenticity, and the reason why you're making films in the first place. The first reason why a creative is ever doing anything is for self-expression. The second one is to earn a living. Now, as a director, you have to be able to have those two, and for them to exist at the same time, and one not to overshadow the other. So in an industry where everyone is just trying to get an extra coin through filmmaking, I want to be the kind of director who I'm expressing myself through my films, and I'm also earning a living through it. And I think that is the whole purpose of life. Finding something that makes you happy, that also sustains you. So how I'm able to do that is also engaging in projects that resonate more with me and not with the money. And just being around people who make me feel alive and make me my stories shine without having to overshadow them with something else just so that we can make money. So yeah, that's what I do. Well, I want to say Mistaken Identity, but there's a short film that I did called Her, and it was a very simple concept. There wasn't a script, it was just me directing the actors on an idea I had on my mind, and I felt like if I was given more time to actually have a script for it and have an entire concept for it, it would have been the best representation of who I want to be seen as a director. Because that film was it was saying so much without dialogue. It was supposed to be a silent film, and the audience was supposed to watch it as every person who sees that film, they see it in their own language, in their own way on how they see the world. So the idea was, you see that film, and then how you interpret it, now that's your own. Now when two people come and they speak about it, they have different perspectives. So the film was to bring out conversations out of people and ideas, and it wasn't supposed to be like a linear story. It was supposed to broaden people's minds. So I would say Her, the short film. Well, right now, I'm not currently working on anything right now, I will be honest, but I do have 2 scripts that I know are going to see the light of day. When, I'm not sure, but I feel like they will they will now introduce me back into the overall scene, back into the playground. You know, there are people who are already making films right now, so they're active. So those films will be my introduction back into the playground of filmmaking. Yeah, so right now my focus is on learning exhibition of films and learning how I can be able to incorporate that in my career, because for me, I've always wanted to learn how my film is going to do more than just sit on the shelf. You know, once I'm done with the film, what next? So that is what I'm learning right now. But as soon as I'm ready, I'll be able to now get back into my scripting. For now, I'm really, I don't know, I have this excitement of doing fiction, like unheard of stories. You know, like I have that desire right now, and I feel like that is something that I want to explore. Like you see, a world like Avatar and Pandora, like that is something that is not existing, you know, but it was created and it's making such an impact in so many people's lives. And the fact that it's fictional, but it's like it's bringing out problems and real life issues that are happening in the real world. That is so beautiful. So I want to explore more of fiction than our day-to-day life. So maybe fiction, and I think I would also want to explore thrillers, mainly because I want to be able to get into the dark, what's the word? I want to get into the dark psychology of human beings and bring out perspectives that people really don't want to talk about in society. Yes, so those two.